evening, race fans. It is Pirate here with Black Flag Racing TV, and again something new for you for a Thursday night. We've finished up with the Team Showdown with ART on GT7, and in comes Smoking Pirellis Racing Team. We picked up around 6 in Mexico, so we're about halfway through their season, or at the halfway point actually of their season. So we will have a little catch up because nobody knows who is who and what is what. Let's first have a quick look at the racing calendar while people are jumping in the room. So there we go. They've already done Abu Dhabi, Monaco, Imola, Belgium and Hungary. Glad they didn't have Monaco. Snoozed Fest at Monaco. I can't see it. But we are now at Mexico. The Autodroma Hermanos Rodriguez, or whatever it's called. That's my dodgy Spanish out of the way. That's where we are. We're at Monaco. No, we're not. We're in Mexico. Sorry. Last race. This is the results from the last race. Nat Backer won in McLaren. Rapid F1, iCommons. And I should probably make it a bit bigger so you can see it though. Quite useful, isn't it? I can't see it. Yeah, so there's your rundown anyway. There's everybody there. In terms of who is in what team, I have that information. I can put it on the stream, so you can go through it separately if you want to. Really want to. But we'll just have a look and go through what so that was your last race essentially, and this is where it stands after race number 5. That is what the Drivers' Championship currently looks like. Rapid F1 for Aston Martin is leading the way, 211 points. Nat Packers for McLaren after a win last time out, 208 points. Jinxie 94 for Mercedes, 122. Tristan for Williams, 119. Curly for AlphaTauri, 111. Then Jay Hartnell for Alfa Romeo on 100 points. Nick for Ferrari, 98. iCommons for Red Bull, 91. Axe Edge, I think that looks like he's a reserve driver, 81 points, and so on and so forth. You can read for yourself. I'm not here to read on your behalf. But where does that put the Constructors' Championship? I hear you cry. That's where it puts it. Aston Martin lead the way, 295 points. Bit of a lead over McLaren on 259. 10 points clear of Williams in third on 249. Still plenty to race for. And Haas up there with in fourth place with 221. And it's good to see Mercedes not winning, even if it is on a fictional game. But there we go. So that's where we're at in terms of the standings. But this evening we are at Mexico, and the race starts in about 6 minutes or so. It's short qualifying, followed by 36 juicy laps of racing. And it's equal performance, which would obviously be demonstrated by the fact when you look at the Constructors' Championship, Aston Martin are leading. So, where are we this week? We are at Mexico, and I'm going to ask you to excuse the state of this lap. I only had a couple of hours to put a lap in. I haven't driven Mexico for a long time, and plus I'm incredibly slow. So this is this week's track. Thank you very much, Tyler. Looking forward to watching after the race, he says. Good. It'd be a better idea to watch after the race and watch it during, to be fair. So it's a perfect built tarmac track in Mexico. It is 4.3 kilometres, 2.6 miles long. There are 17 turns, and the lap record is currently held by the GOAT Valtteri Bottas in the Mercedes-Benz W12. There's your 3 sectors, nice long straight with DRS zone in sector 1. Turns 1, 2 and 3 take you round to the end of sector 1. Then you've got your second sector, which is turns 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. And then that's where you've got your next DRS zone up to turn 12, which takes you into sector 3. Nice little twisty section to get you back out and round turn 17, back onto the track. I intend to, Natalie, thanks very much. I will have as much fun as it's possible to have while wearing clothes and not being on a webcam. And Daniel says hi, and I say hi. Straight back to you, my friend. Hi, straight back. As you can see, it is an incredibly slow lap. But this is the reason why I commentate, because those that do are those that race. And those that can't, go on YouTube and tell those that race how rubbish they are at doing it. That's how it works. That is the format. So there you go. So, and it's really annoying though when you do a time lap on F1 2022, and if someone could tell me how to remove that stupid ghost thing, that would be absolutely brilliant, because I don't know how to do it. But here's the onboard lap. This is what it looks like when you've got someone slow like me driving. So here you go. This is your sets of one. DRS zone here takes you down into a nice succession of corners. I don't know why I'm moving the track. I could probably stay to the left-hand side, to be fair. But big braking zone here, down into third gear. You're round to the right, then round to the left. To be fair, Nick, I've only driven a few laps around here, but it's not an awful track, I don't think. For me, it's tracks like, well, Monaco, I hate it. I think it's got no place in F1 in this day and age. It is very draconian, very outdated. But, you know, if you're a millionaire, it's a great place to go, I suppose. It's great, look, it's great to go and watch a Monaco race, but that's about it. But no, I quite like this track. It's not too bad. It's not in my top 10, but of racetracks in general. I like other racetracks, other than F1's ones, of course. My favourite track being, not necessarily my favourite, but the one I'm best at is Interlagos, in very slow GT cars usually. This takes you back into the big stadium section here at Mexico, and this is where you'll see the likes of Sergio Perez dancing for his fans like a trained monkey when he has a good performance here. And then you come round into the final turn, and there you go, down the straight with DRS, hopefully a little bit of slipstream, and you can overtake the person in front of you. That's the end of the lap. There we go. Done and dusted. That's your track card. That's what's occurring today. And I hope you don't mind, we've got a couple of minutes before qualifying. I've got a charity event coming up on GT7. I don't know if any of you guys are interested, but we're raising some money for the charity Mind, and I'm going to play this video. Well, you can't stop me, so I'm doing it anyway. But yeah, we're trying to raise some money for Mind. It's about the sort of 1 in 15 people throughout their lifetime would attempt suicide, and we're trying to raise a little bit of money just to do our little bit to prevent
mental health problems affect 1 in 4 of us. Join Mind now in the fight for mental health.
So there you go. I think my mic was a bit low. Hopefully it's a little bit louder now and you can hear me much better. Don't know what's going on with it, but it was coming out quite low, so I've jiggled around with some wires and it should be better now. Yeah, so as I was saying, we're doing a little race in, well, 5 races in fact in Aid of Mind, 3-hour endurance races, and they are set to emulate 24-hour races on 5 of the most iconic 24-hour circuits. I know it says Super Formula up there. We're no longer doing the Super Formula class because it really doesn't work for this endurance race series. GR1, GR2, GR3, GR4 and another GR1. First race is this week at Le Mans. I think there's 1 seat left. If anyone's interested in racing, and it starts at 7:30 on Saturday evening. We've already raised £250. We hope to double that by the end of the next race. My ultimate aim is to raise somewhere around £1,000 if we can. Obviously, we understand things are tight, and now the budget's been announced in this country, we're all incredibly much poorer. That was a hot, and my grammar was awful then. I just realised how awful my grammar was. So we're as poor as my grammar was in that previous sentence. I'm not going to play the whole video, but you've got the idea of what's going on. It's going to be streamed live with commentary, so you get to listen to me chat rubbish for 3 hours, and we get to laugh at drivers who have to pull off in the pits to go for a win. Essentially, that's where we're at. So that's it. That's my little charity gig done. So we are not far from being ready to start. The clock is ticking down, so let's get some screenage up. There we go, so 6 seconds, and then we'll start loading up, and then we get to see how quick people really are. No, Tyler, you're right. Is it great to drive? I'm not particularly a fan of it, but then I'm not particularly a good driver. But yeah, it's awful to watch him drive. It's good to, when you go to Monaco and watch it, which I did many, many years ago, it is fucking brilliant. But as a Grand Prix and as a sporting occasion, it is pretty damn rubbish, I think. It's basically like Sky Electrics, but with damage. And I agree with you about Paul Ricard. I hate Paul Ricard. First time I drove Paul Ricard wasn't on an F1 game. It was on a Setta Corsa. And I remember thinking that this is going to be... I signed up to do a 90-minute race at Paul Ricard. And about 5 minutes into qualifying, I realised I made a horrible, horrible mistake. But I stuck it out to the end, and I didn't come last. I suppose there's that. But that's purely because the guy behind me crashed. And yeah, well... That's all to be said about Paul Ricard, really. But it's one of the many French things I'm not a huge fan of. One being cars as well. So, there is your qualifying lobby. Let's bring up some information. Fastest lap we need. Telemetry would be quite useful, wouldn't it? Lap data, I'm not so bothered about at the moment. Let's have a big map. Who's going to be first one out? Now, I say this every time I talk about any qualifying session, because I have noticed that a lot of times there are people that sit in the pits, don't bother going out on track, think, do you know what, I'm going to one-shot this, and then have a couple of bad laps and all of a sudden find themselves qualified way down the order. For me, the best way to go about qualifying is to get a banker lap in. So go out early, get a lap in. It might not be your best lap, you might have a lot more time in it, but get something on the board that's representative of not being utter rubbish. And that gives you a really good opportunity. So we'll go through the order of who is who and what is what, shall we? So there we have Bloodpool for Alfa Romeo, Super Calgon for Williams Racing, Wasted for McLaren, Zekic. If I pronounce your name wrong and you haven't corrected me on the Discord within 24 hours, the new pronunciation is your new name, just so you're clear on that. Curly for AlphaTauri. I was going to say polish my balls, but that's clear. Polish my balls for McLaren. Rapid for Aston Martin. Skills Dan for Ferrari. iCommons for Red Bull. Nick X for the Fezzers Ferrari. There is Jay Hartnell for Alfa Romeo. Tyler for the Haas team. There's Jay Wills for AlphaTauri. Landscape King, very good at gardens, I hear, for Alpine. Spillage for Haas, not very good at carrying pints, I hear. Big Balls, any relation to Polish My? Are you brothers by any chance? He's for William Racing. Jinxie for Mercedes AMG Petronas. Tom Go Prof is Alpine. Sergio Perez, that's, well, self-explanatory. He's a Rebel driver. Lewis Hamilton, bleh, don't like him. Not a big fan. So that's it. And then we're back to Bloodpool. So, who is out on lap for us to character assassinate, doing a fast lap, out lap, out lap, out lap? Let's have a little go through. Where are you? So, anyone that is watching on chat that isn't racing and knows these guys, tell me who is quick. Who am I looking out for? Now, from the table, let me bring the table up for myself to see, because that would give me a better idea of who I should be looking at. So Rapid F1, he's top of the Drivers' Championship, so obviously he's one to watch out for. Nat Packers for McLaren, not there today. Jinxie, Tristan not there. Oh, is Tristan there? I don't see no Tristan, man. Maybe there's a reserve in for Tristan. Then we've got Curly for AlphaTauri. Sure, I've seen Curly. We'll wait till some time start coming in and then I'll make a judgment. So there we go, Zekic, 117.9. Currently sitting 10th in the championship. That's not a bad time to start off with. 1:19.3. That's significantly slower. So some more time to be gained there for Jay Wills for AlphaTauri. There he is. And Wasted grabs pole with a 1:17.4. And immediately Skills Dan says, I've got skills. My name's Dan. And there's a 1:16.5 for you. So put that in your pipe and smoke it. Because if you want to beat me, you're going to have to find a second minimum to catch me. So a good, solid lap from Skills Dan in the Fezzer. That was a proper Ferrari time. As you see, Landscape King chucked his shovel away, dropped some weight, and it's 1:17.6 for the Landscape King. Polish my balls with 1 minute. I can't believe I'm gonna be literally saying polish my balls on a regular basis over a string. You know what's going to happen? My daughter will be walking past me, in fact, one of my children will walk past me. To be fair, it'll probably be one of my sons, I nearly say that, and absolutely wet themselves. Because they're childish. They're all grown up, apart from my little one. Apart from two of my daughters, they're all grown up, so they will still laugh like children. So who we got? Skills Dan currently on pole. He's joined by Jinxie. Jinxie currently third in the championship, so a good place to be for him right now. Wasted is third. No longer though. Wasted's now fourth because a Rapid F1 has said I am going sub 17. So two have gone sub 17. And then we've got 4 drivers sub 18. And we've got quite a few still to set a lap. 18 minutes of qualifying. So not too much time. You know, bearing in mind that you've got to essentially do 3 laps to set 1 lap. So that's a good chunk of time to get a lap on the board. So get out early, get one done, is my advice. Who are we going? Let's go on board with somebody. Who's going quickly? Let's find someone going quickly and have a little on board. It won't be Super Calgon because they have pulled off the racing line somewhat. How about Nick X? So Nick X currently powering, well, I was going to say powering through sector 2, but someone else has gone flying through. And there is a yellow flag, and that'll be because they've just been off the racetrack. So Jay Hartnell going very, very rapid as Jay Wills puts in a 1:18.1. So we're starting to get some sub-19s now from the slower drivers. As we see these times starting to come in, they're starting to tumble, and that's a very good thing. Jay Hartnell will cross the line. That's a 1:18.5. Certainly more improvement in there. Big Balls is Big Balls out on the track. Big Balls is out on the track in the Williams. And I love to say Williams is one of my favourite teams. It was the team I kind of followed growing up as back when I were a lad. When Frank Williams was about 4 years old. I was joking about that. But yeah, Williams was the team that I wanted to watch. And you know, I'm a big fan of McLaren, being British, of course. But it's good to see that I can watch a McLaren win, a Williams, or a McLaren to be fair, win a race. Because it's been a long, long time since that's happened. So, Skills Dan still on pole position from Rapid F1. Skills Dan is currently 12th in the championship, but is a reserve driver. So, I'll tell you what, looking at the points some of the reserve teams have got, reserve are going to win the Constructors' Championship. And they should be in the Constructors' Championship. You should have had them in as an extra. And just to shame it, just shame it. Why not? So Skills Dan from Rapid F1. Big Balls will cross the line. No improvement? Nope. Jinxie is running in 4th. Wasted is 5th. Alongside Landscape King on row 3. Zekic and Nick X on row 4. Not anymore. Super Calgon jumps onto row 4. Landscape King is also on row 4. And Zekic and Nick move down to row 5. And Tom Go Prof. Great time at 1:16.5. What a great lap that is. 1:16.513. And that is a great time in the Alpine. We go down the order. We have got Jay Wills and Jay Hartnell, the two J's, J and J, on row 6. Polish my balls. I love just saying that and pausing. Polish my balls is currently on row 7, but we still got Bloodpool, Ace, Edge, Curly, iCommons, Tyler, and Spillage to set a lap. Still waiting for them to put a lap in. So please crack on with that, fellas. Another yellow flag. Who is causing problems there? That will be the Ferrari going slowly, I imagine. So at the moment, there are 4 cars sub 117. Tom GoProf looking very quick with a 116.513. Skills Dan currently on an outlap, 116.566. 116.767 for Tyler, and a 116.934 for Rapid F1. I'm assuming it's Rapid and not Rickspid. Well, I'm not going to say Rickspid anyway, I'm saying Rapid. But that's not how you spell it, mate. There's an A where the X should be, or with there's an X where the A should be. Who am I to criticise spelling? My grammar today has been awful. So Bloodpool, Axe, Edge, iCommons, and Pilesatron. That is a very, very shit Autobot. Pilesatron. Beware of Pilesatron. I'm going to attack you, but I can't sit down afterwards. Sorry, man. Look, I don't offend anyone with my comments. It is purely banter. And if you are offended by anything I say, just know that I didn't mean it, and I don't care. No, of course I care. That's why I'm raising money for the charity Mind. I want everyone to be happy. So, Tom GoProf still on the pole position here with Skills Dan. It is Tyler and Rapid on row 2. Big balls and Wasted on row 3. That's kind of like me. Now I've got 5 children. I've got big balls and Wasted. Spillage and Axe Edge on row 4. Jinxie and Zekic on row 5. The Landscape King. I don't know why I put the in front of his name. It just sounds better, I think. And Super Calgon on row 6. Row 7 is Nick X and Jay Wills. Jay Hartnell and Curly on row 7. Row 8. Row 9 is Polish My Balls. And at the moment, Bloodpool, iCommons, and Pilesatron. Still to set a lap for those last 3. And fastest lap from Skills Dan puts himself in pole position. Very solid lap from him. Very difficult to know who to watch. Who's in the top 5 that's on track that I can get involved with right now? Not get involved with, that'd be weird. Not big balls. Jinxie, hello Jinxie. Jinxie's running 3rd in the championship. What's Jinxie got for me? Show me something special, Jinxie. Do you have a pole position in you? He's in the Mercedes-Benz, of course. Driven by one of the biggest knobs in sport. Not at the moment. I'm sure Jinxie's very nice, but one of the guys who drives a car that looks like that is... There's also one that drives a Red Bull, to be fair, who's proven to be a bit of a knob. But that's what comes of, I suppose that's what happens when you become a world champion. You immediately become a big fat knob. And look, I appreciate you have to be an arrogant soul in order to have the sort of self-belief to drive these cars at the speed they drive them at. But there's a fine line between arrogance and just being a wanker. So Skills Dan is still on pole position. We're watching Jinxie as he comes round into the final little S section at the end of the circuit. And there are some tracks, there are some tracks where you will realise that I know the names of all the corners and can recite them off by heart without thinking. And there are some tracks where I am off running and probably really shit. iCommons running in 10th place at the moment. It's on track. Has he got a lap to give us, or is he in the pits? Of course, he's going in the pits. So, it looks like everybody is going to come out for a big finish. So, everybody bar Bloodpool and Polsatron has set a lap. And this is your full rundown. We'll go from row 9, Polish My Balls, who's on an out lap now with Curly. Jay Hartnell behind Nick X. Jay Wills behind Super Calgon. Landscape King behind Zekic. iCommons is behind Axe Edge. Spillage is behind Waster. Jinxie behind Big Balls. Rapid F1 behind Tyler. Tom Go Prof behind Skills Dan. So just Bloodpool and Polsatron to set a lap. Bloodpool in the pits. Polsatron is on the track. What has Polsatron got to offer in the other Mercedes-Benz? Coming round now to set a first time. And this is where I say that if you don't get your lap in early, nobody's coming into the pit. So no lap for Polsatron. You have to question either Polsatron and Bloodpool are so rapid that the rest of the group have asked them to leave it till the last minute to qualify, or they've just left it a little bit too late doing their setup. And yeah, well, we'll see how that pans out. But it's 36 laps around here this evening. Plenty of opportunities for crashes. I like it. The longer the race goes on, the more opportunity there is to see bits of carbon fibre all over a digital racetrack. And then we get to sit behind a safety car and talk about very, very little. Nobody at the moment, though, touching Skills Dan. Is Skills Dan going to sit in the pits and just let everybody else go out on track? That's the question. What about Landscape King? Anything new from Landscape King? No improvement there. He's on a fast lap though by the looks of things. I'm trying to think who is the quickest out there. There we go. Bloodpool is on an out lap. Polsatron, I think, has given up the ghost here. And yellow flag in sector 1. Why is that? Is the big question. Good to see that Bloodpool moved out of the way on the out lap. So Polsatron is now on an out lap. Has literally left it to the last minute just to put in the one single lap. If it is a pole position lap, not only will I be very surprised, but I'll also be very apologetic for telling him it was stupid. He is sitting currently 11th in the championship, so it's not all doom and gloom for him in the Mercedes-Benz. So what do we need performance-wise from the teams today? So teams-wise, we need McLaren will need a good race here. Wasted and Polish My Balls will need a better race to close that gap on Aston Martin. Williams just 10 points behind. A good race from Williams, and we might find them closing that gap not only on McLaren, not only on Aston Martin, but also on McLaren for second place. Ferrari way down at the bottom. They definitely need a good performance today, as do Alfa Romeo, Red Bull and Alpine and AlphaTauri as well, to get themselves back up that order and show us something special. So Bloodpool and Polsatron both to set a final lap for us. Polsatron just starting his. Bloodpool coming through sector 2 now, through the little SES section, then past that DRS detection zone. But detection zone or nothing, it doesn't really matter at this stage because you get it for free. Oh my God! And that is exactly why you put in a banker lap. Thank you very much, Bloodpool, for demonstrating why you go out early, get a banker lap on the board, and then it doesn't matter if you put your car into a wall, just like that. And that is a big problem now for Polsatron, because Bloodpool in the wall, Polsatron can't set a lap, so that also demonstrates, that seconds the demonstration given there by Bloodpool about putting in a little banker lap ready for everybody, just so you know. So there we go. No banker lap, no lap at all. So Bloodpool will start from the very, very back of the pack. Polsatron, will it count? Will he be able to go quick enough during the yellow flag in order to set a relatively decent time. And that's not bad, actually. That puts him in the top 10. So I'll take back what I said. Palsatron. It's just Blood Bowl that demonstrated the need for a banker lap. 1:17.0 from Palsatron. So, Tyler, what a lap from Tyler. Right at the death of qualifying. Tyler nicking that pole position. What a lap from him in the Haas. Haas nicking pole position with a 1:16.31. Skills Dan relegated down to second place. Has anybody else got a quick lap for us? Tom Go Prof. He's going quickly. What's he got? Can he improve his position? Not like that, he can't. What about Spilly? He's in the pits. He's not doing anything. What about Wasted? Wasted going into the pits. He's not doing anything either. So there we go. So Tom Go Prof. I had to abandon that lap because it wasn't going incredibly well. So there is your lineup. It will be Tyler 5990. And that's not his phone number, ladies. Do not dial that number. It is £1.50 a minute if you do. Skills Dan will join him on the front row. Row 2 will be Tom Go Prof, joined by Rapid F1. Spillage and Wasted are on row 3. And row 4 is habited by Jinxie and Axed Edge. Let's advance and go through it properly. So, we have Haas and Ferrari on the front row with Tyler and Skills Dan. Alpine and Aston Martin make up row 2. We've got Tom Go Prof from the Netherlands and Rapid F1 from the United Kingdom. Haas and McLaren on row 3. That's Spillage from Wales and Wasted from England. Mercedes-Benz and Red Bull on row 4. Jinxie from England and Axed Edge. I was going to say Axed Edge, but it's Axed Edge from the United States of America. Palsatron for Mercedes-AMG Petronas and Zekic make up row 5. Palsatron from Wales and Zekic from Poland. Big Balls from the United Kingdom for Williams Racing is joined by Super Calgon from the World with Williams Racing on row 6. Row 7 is Jay Hartnell for Alfa Romeo from Britain. England, and Landscape Kings from Great Britain for Alpine. Then iCommons from England for Red Bull, Nick from England for Ferrari, Jay Wiz from AlphaTauri, and I didn't get to the end of the list before I went through it. The timer ran out too fast, but they're at the back, so no one cares. So we are ready to go, and this is the thing I prefer about non-cross-pay lobbies, is it loads up so much quicker. And you don't have any problems with lag and all that kind of palaver. And I hope my connection's coming through nice and clear. We had a few internet problems over the last week or so. We had one with when I had actually no internet at all, and then halfway through a stream it just went switched off and then switches off straight back on again, as though it was resetting itself. So here we are at Mexico, the Autodroma Hermanas Rodriguez, named after the Rodriguez brothers, racing drivers. Which, to be fair, most racetracks are named after a racing driver or another. Apart from the Red Bull Ring, that's named after a drink. Oh, and a race team, but mainly a drink. Silverstone is named after nothing. It's just named after Silverstone, the area where it is. So just waiting for everything to load up. This is the boring bit. This is where I'm supposed to write stuff down and have really interesting stuff to talk about. Talk about the car performance, or cut to someone at the Skypad, or I don't know, go and speak to Ted, who's going to pull a fact out of his notebook for me. But it's just me, and I don't write anything down. Not if I can help it. If you don't write it down, they can't prosecute for it. That's my philosophy. So here we go, 10 seconds till we have our formation lap here at Mexico. Looking forward to a good race here. These guys are looking pretty darn fast. So Tyler is on pole for you today in the Haas. So we're going to see the green lights go on, and they're all going to go driving around the track very slowly for a formation lap. Never really understood the necessity for a formation lap when they do a grid start. For me, a formation lap is perfect if you are doing a rolling start or some sort of safety car start or something along those lines. But if you're going back to the grid spot, what's the point, man? Just everyone disappear off into the pits, leave them alone, and off they go. So, predictions. If you're watching and you're not racing, let's have your predictions, folks. Who do you think is going to win this race? It's 36 laps. Strategy-wise, 2-stop for me. What tyres is everybody running? Let's have a little look-y see. So, I apologise for that. My daughter wants me to go into the crowd and borrow an ice lolly. She doesn't realise we're not actually at Mexico. So, spillage is the only one starting on the soft compound tyres. Excuse me while I open the ice lolly for said child. There you go. Oh, go away. Go away on cancel Christmas. So there we go. Spillage is the only driver on the soft compound tyres. We have Skills Dan. We have Big Balls. We have Jay Hartnell. We have Nick X, J Wills, and Bloodpool, all opting for the hard compound tyres. Everybody else on the mediums. Now, if Spillage wants those soft tyres to work, Spillage needs to make big moves early on, get past those medium and hard tyre runners in front and build a big gap. The benefit that Spillage does have, if Spillage can get past Rapid, Tom Go Prof and Skills Dan really early, it's only his teammate in front. Now, I don't know how many of these teams actually work on any sort of team orders or help each other out, or if they're just racing each other constantly. But I'll tell you what, they should work as a team because they're bloody teammates. You get me? We'll hide the UI very quickly for the start so we can see that everyone gets away clean. I hope he's not actually disqualified from the session. Didn't say that there. So we're waiting for some lights. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5 lights. In an indeterminate amount of time, and they are out and they are away. Everyone looks to be away clean. No carnage on the line that I can see. Tyler does retain the lead, going up towards turn 1. Rapid up to second place. Tom Go Prof is in third. Spillage fighting with Skills Dan. It's back and forward between the turns, but Spillage hasn't made it stick yet. Skills Dan back through. They are side by side. Those soft tyres, though, just giving that little bit of better traction out of the corner there. So Spillage already up a place, but Skills Dan is showing why he's got skills in his name and having a look already at that Haas. So Tyler out in front, Rapid F1. Tom Go Prof from Spillage. Skills Dan settles for 5th place. Palsatron, what a move forward from Palsatron. That is some gain already. And we're seeing, who's that going? Tom Go Prof. See if we can catch him up as he drops down the order. Where is he? There he is. Way down the order. Don't know what happened there, but it's not good if your name is Tom Go Prof. So, for me, I think 2-stop is the better solution, but a few cars out there opting for this 1-stop strategy. Let's have a look at gains. Position changes already. So here we are. Tom Go Prof has lost 15 positions down in 18th, so that's not a good start there. Tyler still retains the lead. Rapid, couple of places gained. Spillage, we said that he needed to make those soft tyres work and make the overtakes, and that's what he's doing. Trying to close up now on Rapid F1. He's already gained 2 places. A couple more gains, and he can really start to get the hammer down. We are looking forward to the announcement of DRS being available very, very soon. Skills Dan is in 4th place. Palsatron is making big moves, 4 places gained already, and already putting some pressure on Skills Dan. Can Skills Dan hold him off? This looks like a very, very good race for Palsatron already. Was brave enough to just run the 1 lap in qualifying. And they're straight through. Don't know what happened with Skills Dan there, but Skills Dan is plummeting through the order, already down 3 places, and Palsatron makes that move. Is that a little deal going on between the two? And Jinxie, is Jinxie going to make the same move on Skills Dan? Because at the moment it looks like Skills Dan might be struggling a little bit in the feather. So Jinxie trying to keep up with his teammate, not having the same opportunity to fall into him. But there we go. Lap number 2, fastest lap is, of course, your race leader, 119.6. And DRS is now available, but only after the VSC is finished. And we have a VSC for Y. It might have something to do with iCommons being down 25 seconds back at the very, very back of the pack. Well, 15 seconds back now. It was 25 seconds, but 12th place loss for iCommons. So who are the big losers? Polish My Balls is going into the pits. That's not a good time to be going in. New front wing for Polish My Balls. Polish My Balls and my new front wing, please. Thank you very much. iCommons is lost 5 places. 12th place lost for Tom Go Prof. 4 places lost for Super Calgon. 5 for Pilesatron, way down the order. A minute ago, Pilesatron was on it like a car bonnet. Now, Pilesatron is down in 14th place. It is all change for him. And there was me thinking, this guy's going to go some. And Skills Dan says, you can overtake me all you like, because you're nowhere near me now, son. So let's have a look at gaps. Tyler is out in the lead, 4 Haas. Rapid F1, 8 tenths behind. And then another 7 tenths back to Spillage, who's on those soft tyres and needs to get those soft tyres working very soon. Got the DRS open, but unfortunately DRS also for Rapid F1 ahead from Tyler. So really, really difficult job to overtake a car with DRS if they've also got DRS. There is Skills Dad, 5.5 seconds back, so already the top 3 very, very dominant in this race. And Landscape King is our first dumph of the race. DNF for the Landscape King, so he can go back to his grass and sit there and straighten the grass and rue the race he had today with a DNF for him. And of course, that slows everybody down. No more overtaking. It gives us a chance to have a full run through. Let's go from the back forward. Landscape King will be in 20th place by the time everyone's gone through. Then we've got Bloodpool running last. Polish My Balls is in 18th place. And I told you what would happen when one of my kids walked past and I said Polish My Balls. His name is Polish My Balls. Look.
My favourite person.
Polish My Balls now has a fan in my 13-year-old daughter. There we go. Curly is in 17th place. iCommons in 16th. Big Balls is in 15th. Pilesatron lost out a few places, down in 14th place. Super Calgon in 13th. Tongo Prof lost 9 places in 12th place. J Wills in 11th. Nick X is 10th. Jay Hartnell just overtaking Spillage. Spillage in the pits has decided to take this opportunity to offload those soft tyres and switch out for some mediums, I suppose. That promotes everybody up a little bit. Zekik in 7th. Wasted in 6th. Axe Edge in 5th. Jinxie in 4th. Skills Dad up to 3rd now. Rapid F1 in 2nd. But Tyler still leading the way in the Haas, tucked up behind that Aston Martin safety car. So, stops so far. Who has stopped? Who has not stopped? Spillage has got in under safety car to get rid of the soft compound tyres. iCommon, Big Balls, Curly, Polish My Balls, Bloodpool all have stopped, and Landscape King did not finish. That's where we're at in terms of stops. No penalties so far for anybody. They've all been very kind and not driven like dicks so far. But the safety car should be coming in very, very shortly. Everybody on track now on the medium or the hard compound tyres. So Skills Dan, he won't mind losing a place or 2 early on. He is, at the moment, giving himself the option of a 1 or a 2 stop strategy. I think that's the way forward. If you're going to start on the hard tyres, you do leave your options open to go really long and just run the hards and medium and just go 1 stopping. Of course, if the pace is off, you can switch that strategy should you so wish. Those starting on the medium tyres may also be one stopping, but personally I wouldn't want to finish this race on the hard compound tyres. But I suppose if you start on the mediums, you get both options. You get the best of both worlds as well. You can, if you've got the pace, you can go for the two-stopper. If you haven't, you can go for the one-stopper. So I don't know. Maybe starting on the mediums is a better idea. It's not too bad for Skills Dad, of course, because he's running in third. But Polish My Balls is not. He's in 18th place on those hards. So it's not necessarily going to work out quite so well from all the way back there. But a few more of these safety cars, and it might slow the pace down a smidge, and letting people bunch back up. So this is the worst thing about the safety car, of course, is whatever hard work you've put in to open up a nice big juicy gap over your competitors means nothing, because you all bunch back up again and all get all cosy and tight and hugging and lovey all over again. So the only real big news is that we've lost Landscape King from this race. We have seen Polsatron burn his way forward and drop back again. We have seen Spillage go for the big move on the soft compound tyres, make it work for him very briefly, then come in after 5 laps under safety car, but has already got 2 of the 2 required compounds out of the way. Quick drink before the safety car disappears into the pit lane. And I should have got one of my children to go get a drink out of the fridge, because that one is nearly depleted. So here we go. Safety car is in. It's all on Tyler. Tyler picks the moment. When does Tyler put that foot down and say, see you later? So safety car is in. Here we go. Everyone bobbing and weaving, trying to get some heat into the tyres. And here we go. Hammer down. Tyler away. Rapid behind him. Already nearly a second behind. Can Tyler pull out a big gap here before we get DRS back in the mix again? And we do want to get some telemetry, so keep an eye on the ERS. So Tyler in the lead from Rapid F1. Rapid F1 has got Skills Dan on those hard compound tyres, crawling all over the back already. Axe Edge in 4th place for Red Bull Racing with Jinxie. There is Jinxie looking for some opportunity. And we're having a look at the times here. It looks like Spillage has gone racy again. Spillage looking to make an overtake. Does he make it stick? No, he doesn't, but certainly looking like he wants to have a go. Nobody else at the moment is pushing quite as hard as Spillage. And Spillage has got a number of cars in front. There's an overtake there from the Alpine. And getting ahead of, that's a feather, isn't it? Of course it is. So we've got Tom Go Prof just up ahead. We've got Spillage. We've got another DNF. So just as we wait for Spillage to make a move, it's bye Zek. And Zekic is out of this race. So as soon as one safety car ends, another one begins. And we bunch up again and we go for another few laps under safety car conditions. No real change to the lineup. Didn't really have much chance for anything to happen. It is still Tyler leading from a Rapid F1, and Tyler must be so. Have we actually got a safety car? Yes, we have. Tyler must be so displeased. Absolutely shot out, built up a big gap, and then Zekic went and crashed his car to give his teammate a helping hand of closing up. That's one way of doing it, I suppose. Gutted. I can see you are ghosted, Tyler. You are ghosted. I hope you come back, mate, because you have been very good. Safety car is saving your bacon right now, so hopefully you come back and see us. Otherwise, that sacrifice from Zekic has really will benefit Rapid. And let's face it, Tyler, it would be good if you could get back because of your place in the championship at the moment. Because you're only sitting, where are you? Oh, you're maybe further down. You're 15th. So a good finish here is exactly what you need. 25 juicy points for you will put you onto page 1 of my driver's list when I bring it up. We've just lost Polish My Balls. There's another DNF. And my daughter will be incredibly disappointed at that news. So we've lost Landscape King, Zekic, and we've just now also lost Polish My Balls. And I'm disappointed, if not just for the fact that I get to say polish my balls on a regular basis in a professional setting, but because it's not good to lose people. We're 9 laps into this 36-lap race here in Mexico at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. And for those of you who don't speak Spanish, that means Brothers Rodriguez. And not Dad, as I thought Hermanos was. Not so long ago, I wasn't even that old when it wasn't even that long ago that I was reliably informed that Hermanos was not Dad. I won't go into reasons why I thought it was. It's something to do with Breaking Bad and something I heard, and I wasn't paying attention. But there we go. So Tyler is in the lead, but lost network and is still ghosted. If Tyler cannot get back, it will be another DNF, but not one that brings about a safety car. And devastating, having qualified in pole position and still leading the race come lap 9. So we're not far off 1/3 in to this 36-lap race. We are on our second safety car of the evening already. We've lost Landscape King, we've lost Zekic, we've lost Polish My Balls. The current running order, Tyler in the lead from Rapid F1 for the... Oh, I thought he was going to fly past then. For Aston Martin. Skills Dan in the Ferrari is running second. He's on those hard compound tyres. And this really is playing into the hands of those that started on the hard compound tyres and looking to go long. And we know the safety car's in this lap. Axe Edge in 4th. Jinxie in 5th. Wasted 6th. Jay Hartnell 7th. Tom GoProf in 8th. Nick in 9th. Spillage in 10th. Pulsatron down in 11th. We will get back to the lead of this race because he's still ghosted. He is still ghosted. This is devastating news for Tyler. Can he get back among us? Or is this going to be Rapid F1 straight into the lead of this race? And it looks like Tyler's not getting away that quickly. So here we go, Rapid F1. Can he make the move up into turn 1? Because that looks like a very ghosted Tyler. Pulling off the racing line. But there we go. Rapid F1 takes the lead of this race. Devastating news for Tyler. There we go. Skills Dan is through. Axe Edge is through. Jinxie's next. Wasted. As we move down the order, everyone going past now. Tom GoProf is going to go through. Then Nick, we're on board with him right now. For Ferrari, he's going to go through next. Or has Tyler now got back? No, he hasn't got back control of that car. So here we go. Nick is about to go through. Tyler disappearing down that order. And he will be another DNF. And Skills Dan up into second place. Rapid F1, however, has taken the lead of this race. Spillage with the first penalty of the evening. That's a 3-second time penalty. And you were given multiple warnings, my friend. It said so up there. Pulsatron also picking up a penalty. Also given multiple warnings. Heed the warnings, don't get a penalty. That's them rules. And Rapid F1 in the Alfa Romeo. Not the Alfa Romeo, we're talking about the Aston Martin. I didn't go over that. Is 1 second clear of Skills Dan. No DRS at this stage. Skills Dan job will be purely this lap to close that gap down to under 1 second and get himself some DRS. Can I invite you? I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can. How do I do that? Invite friends. Are we friends? I don't think we're friends. Friend request me, man. I'll see what I can do. Let me see if I can get him back in the room. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. But I'll try. Sorry about this. Just trying to get... Okay, right, let's play together. There we go. Can't do it, man. It already says you've already been added because you're currently still running in the room. I did try for you, my friend. Did try for you. But there we go. So, Rapid F1 in the lead of this race from Skills Dan. After we saw Tyler. Is he getting back in? Is he getting back in? He hasn't dropped all the way down. Oh, he looks like he's back now. Oh, he is back. He is back with us. He made it back into the rooms. Apologies I didn't see that straight away, my friend. Too busy watching what was going on. So, where is everybody? DRS is enabled. Skills Dan not within that 1 second gap to Rapid F1. Not going to be able to use that DRS to close down. But here is the current running order from the back to front. Jay Hartnell is 16 seconds. Well, he's going to be more than that now. Nice little pirouette there from Jay Hartnell, demonstrating great ballet skills, but not necessarily great driving ones. Spillage is down in 16th place. Spillage was looking quick early on, and it seems to have got a little bit wrong at this stage. 1 lap on those tyres so far, though. Let's have a little look at position change, shall we? Spillage a big loser at the moment, to be fair. I Commons is 2.6 seconds behind Bloodpool, running in 14th place. 6 places gained for Bloodpool. Some of those brave take, and there is another DNF. That's Jay Hartnell out of the race. We saw him pirouetting, doing a little bally move, and now he's did not finish. And I hope that wasn't a rage quit after not going so well. Not I wish anyone that would crash, but I hope it was a crash rather than a rage quit because it wasn't going well. Curly is in 13th place, 5 place gain for him there. Super Calgon started 12th, is 12th. You can't get much better than that. It's essentially, if you can finish where you qualified, you're halfway there. Jay Wills gained 6 places, running in 11th place for Alpha Tauri. There is Tyler, the Haas driver that was in pole position, had a connection issue during the last safety car, did finally get back control of his car. I missed the "can you invite me, bro" little thingy, but I apologise for that. I will keep a better eye on the chat next time. It's because the chat's on my left hand side and the screen for the races in front of me. I probably should change that one a day. There's another penalty there for Axe Edge. So Parlzatron, the world's worst Autobot, is in 9th place, and not anymore because he's just made a great move there. 2 car move, but Nick is diving through the order. Parlzatron absolutely smashing it. Big move there from Parlzatron. We've seen lots of people disappearing down the racing order. So 3 second time penalty for Curly. And is that another safety car here? We haven't got a new Dimph, but Rapid going in. Skills Dan stays out. We have got another safety car. This really does play into Skills Dan's hand, or does it? See, this thing, we had a race the other night, and I don't know if anyone watched it. I know a few people did. And we had 1 car that was running longer than everybody else in the feature race. And, for a while, it looked like the pit stops were going to be his friend, and it all worked out. Then there was a pit stop just outside their 20-lap pit window. And so, they took the decision that they had to come in, and the moment they came in and back out on the track, there was another safety car, and it absolutely screwed up any chance they had of winning top 3. And that's the danger when you're on a different strategy to every other car on the racetrack, as Skills Dan is now. It can be a bit of a gamble, because if it plays into your hands, absolutely smashed it, you're in the lead, you're on a better strategy, you've absolutely melted it this week. But if it doesn't fall for you, then it can go horribly wrong. And let's face it, if he has to pit now, not so much if he wants to run the safety car. If he has to pit straight after a safety car or just before another one, then that's when you get squeaky bum time, because you absolutely plummet through the racing order, and never to return to the front of the grid. So this is our current running order. We've got Skills Dan running from Big Balls. Tyler back up to 3rd place. Good save there, but Tyler will still need to jump into the bits. Still yet to stop. Skills Dan, Tyler and Wills, the only drivers that have not yet stopped in this race. That could be a problem, particularly for Tyler. We've got 14 laps run by Skills Dan, by Tyler, and by Jay Wills, except that only 2 of those have done those on the hard tyres. Of course, we know the mediums will go 14 laps, but it really depends whether you're going 2 or 3 stop here. So Jay Wills is running in 4th. Remember, 3 of that top 4 though do still need to pit. So Big Balls is looking in a slightly better position than everybody else out there right now. Rapid F1. He's just come out of the pits. He's looking in a really good position there in 5th place. Tongo Prof also looking in a good position. He is the Alpine driver, of course. Then we've got Super Calgon for Williams Racing. 7 laps on those hard tyres. Then Wasted for McLaren, the top McLaren runner, in 8th place. 1 lap on those tyres so far, as has Jinxie for the Mercedes-Benz. And then we've got Spillage, the 2nd Haas driver, who bravely started on these soft compound tyres, going for a very, very different strategy to everybody else. Palsatron on the medium tyres, 1 lap on those. It's going to be a bit racy come the restart of this race, as will Nick. So the safety car is in this lap. I think these are going to be the guys to watch. Big Balls as well, possibly on Skills Dan. He's on those medium compound tyres. But I think the people that we need to watch now are going to be Palsatron and Nick. They've got a big line of hard tyre runners in front of them. Also Bloodpool on some brand new, fresh, grippy, soft tyres. So let's stick with Nick as we come through. So we will see that that's a safety car peeling off. Everyone coming round the last 2 corners. And then Skills Dan will put his foot down and off he goes. And we're watching now. Nick is on those soft tyres. He's going to get a very good exit out of there. Tucked straight in the slipstream behind Palsatron. How close can he get before we go into turn 1? And is he brave enough under braking to make this move? I certainly wouldn't be. I wouldn't be going this quick, to be fair. I'd be where Landscape King is, and it would take 3 laps down. So Skills Dan from Big Balls. We're coming on board with Nick 04. Tyler in 3rd. Jay Wills in 4th place. Jay Wills in 5th place as Rapid starts to make a move. Rapid looking rapid. And I said he was one to watch. He's on very, very fresh tyres in the Aston Martin Cognizant car. He is looking like he has got something to prove. He's on the hard tyres, of course, and he has got 2 medium tyre runners in front of him, but theirs are 11 and 15 laps old. His are so fresh, you can still smell the stickers that came on the side of them. And Big Balls makes the move up into the lead there. Where we gone? Where's the wrong button? Big Balls and Skills Dan. Big battle going on between the 2 of these. Skills Dan is just winning out on those hard tyres. Tyler getting involved as well here. We've got 4 cars racing this out for 1st place. And this is the view on board from Rapid F1. You can see the cars up ahead all going for it. There's no DRS, not yet. We've just come out of the safety car. So we're going to have to wait 1 more lap before we see any DRS. And Tyler looking very racy there. But he's done 16 laps now on those medium compound tyres. There's a 3-second time penalty for Palsatron for multiple warnings. You know, heed the warnings, guys. Heed those warnings. And it looks like Tyler is still looking pretty racy on those medium compound tyres. But Big Balls, slightly better wear. And of course, Skills Dan has got the hard compound tyres, so they will last longer still. So if you're one stopping, what are we doing? We're doing 21, 22 laps on the hards, and then the rest on the mediums. If you are one stopping, you start on the mediums, you could probably go to lap 17, 18, and then switch over to the hard compound tyres. What about if you're 2 stopping? Well, if you're 2 stopping, you're going to be on soft tyres now, because those soft tyres won't take you enough to get you to the end of the race. And another penalty there for Jinxie. And we're going to start to see these cars close up, because now DRS is enabled. And we won't see the wing open this time, of course, because he's got to be in the detection zone. And at the moment, there's no detection zone for him to see, but it will be coming up soon. Do we see Tyler making a move here? Do we see Big Balls making a move on Skills Dan? That's certainly one I think we can expect to see soon. There is Rapid. Top 4 really pulling away now from the rest of the pack. It's a 3-second time penalty for Spillage, who is back in 7th place behind Super Calgon. But only just behind Super Calgon. Is there a move on here looking to try and chuck one up the inside? Ends up losing out though. Nick diving through round the outside while we see Spillage trying to make the move up the inside on Super Calgon. Does get back round, but again under braking. The Ferrari makes that move and makes it stick for good. Good solid movement there. So Skills Dan does hold off from Big Balls in second place as we come round, and there's going to be DRS all the way down this line from Rapid backwards. Going away on that one. We want to see if Big Balls can make the move with the DRS. So Slipstream first, Traction first, Slipstream second, then DRS third, and the final move of this overtake will be under braking. He's close, but is he close enough? I don't think he is. He does make the move, but then he's on the... chucks it up the inside, but he's going to have the outside line here. And does make that move stick. That's a brilliant move from Big Balls in that Williams. I'll tell you what, to make that move there, you've got to have him. And he got the DRS. So should have that DRS to get ahead. But it doesn't work out for him. Skills Dan just manages to hold on and takes back first position. Great racing from him as we see Rapid losing out to... Tyler losing out to Rapid. Rapid moving up into third place. He's going quickly. That's why they call him Rapid. He is on much, much newer tyres though. 5 laps only on those hard compound tyres. Bloodpool and Nick, despite being on those soft tyres, are not making any inroads anywhere at the moment, but Jinxie way at the back of the pack. And we've been racing for a few laps now and no safety car. It's looking good. Hard tyre runners, anyone that's started on the hard tyres, essentially those that pit are just those 3 right now. Jay Wills down in 7th place. Tyler in 4th. He's on the medium tyres. Skills Dan, who again has lost out to Big Balls, in 2nd, but he's on the hard compound tyres. Has a little bit longer time to run. Penalties wise, Spillage is racking up those penalties. At the moment, that's going to put Spillage plumb last in this race with 11 seconds worth of penalty. Actually, might not be last, because if you look at the penalties below might just save him a little bit. But he is certainly going to lose a few places there. Tyler with 3 seconds, Rapid with 3 seconds. Just Super Calgon, Tom Go Prof, Wasted, and our race leaders, Big Balls and Skills Dan, are the only ones without penalties. So when do we start to see these tyres going off? Who's going to blink first? That's really the question, because we know that Tyler has got to go in. We know that Skills Dan's got to go in, and he has regained the lead of this race. There is a big battle going on between these two right now. Big Balls and Skills Dan both giving it everything they've got in this battle for first here at Mexico. And Skills Dan winning out. Remember, Tyler was in the lead of this race. Then, boom, Shanker, disconnection happens and plummets down the order and has made, luckily, I think it was a combination of a couple of pit stops and a safety car that got him back up into that top 3. But the top 4 all running with DRS. And Tom Go Prof makes the move on Super Calgon. Good move there up into 5th place. Tom Prof not carrying a penalty, but it doesn't stick as he spins the car down the order. He tumbles down and down and down and down and down he goes. So whatever move he made, he's got to make several of them again now to get back up there. Super Calgon holding off for 5th place. Let's have a full rundown. It's Skills Dan for Ferrari in the lead of this race. Then we are looking at, where are we? There we go. Skills Dan for Ferrari in the lead of this race. Then we've got Big Balls. He is waiting for Williams in 2nd place, just 6/10 behind. Then we're looking at Tyler. There he is. He's running in 3rd place, tucked right up behind for Haas in that 3rd place, really close to the back wing of big balls, but it's got Rapid doing the same thing to him. Then we look at Rapid F1 for Aston Martin. These are the 4 to watch right now. All 4 of them pulling away somewhat from the next man up the racetrack. That is Super Calgon for Williams Racing. We've got 2 Williams running in the top 5 right now. That is some big, juicy, yummy points for the Williams drivers, and I'm sure they'll be very, very pleased with that, because at the moment Williams are 3rd in the championship, and we just see Super Calgon losing a place to Palsatron. Palsatron moves up 1 in the Mercedes-Benz, looking pretty rapid is Palsatron. Are we going to see Tyler and Skills Dan ever pit in this race? You know, if you're running the hard tyres, Skills Dan should be looking about, I'd say lap 21, 22. But Tyler's done 21 laps on the medium compound tyres. Now, I know he had a little bit of an all-road drive issue when he was disconnected from the race. But even still, those tyres must be screaming, change me, change me. And we'll see if he comes in anytime soon. Does he really think he can make it to the end of this, make it far enough into this race to make the soft compound viable? I'll tell you what, if he can, that is some driving from him. And that will certainly give us a photo finish. So there is Super Calgon. Race control gives us another penalty for Nick. X04. Super Calgon in 6th. Spillage running in 7th. He is the second hardest driver. Tyler, of course, running up in 3rd place. There is Axed Edge for Red Bull Racing. Down in 8th place. Wasted, the only McLaren driver. There he is 1 second behind the Red Bull. Then Tom Prof for Alpine, running in 10th place, so him dropping down that order after a great overtake. iCommons, that's 11th for him in the other Red Bull. And then the other Ferrari is way down in 12th place for Nick X, and he's got penalties galore to serve. Jinxie for Mercedes AMG Patronas. Expecto Patronas. There's Jinxie. Yes, I did just do a Harry Potter reference and chuck it in to an F1 commentary. How's about that? Sector 2, Sector 3, we have yellow flags. But Jinxie's in 13th place, 2.5 behind Nick. 14th, we've got Curly running for Alpha Tauri, 1.7 behind Jinxie. Bloodpool, one of only 2 soft tyre runners at this stage for Alfa Romeo, in 15th place. And then Jay Wills bringing up the back of the pack for Alpha Tauri. We've lost Jay Hartnell, we've lost Polish My Balls, we've lost Zekic, and we've lost Landscape King already from this race. We're on lap 24 of 36 races here. This is round 6 of season 6 of the Smoking Pirellis Racing League, and it's the Thursday night league, of course, being that it is Thursday. When else would you expect to be holding a Thursday night league but on Thursday night? And the current championship leaders, Aston Martin, let's have a look where their cars are. So there's what, no, that's a Mercedes, of course. I don't think any are running anywhere near close enough to the front. So here we've got Skills Dan for Ferrari in the lead from Big Balls. Big Balls did have a little nibble at him earlier, but has decided to not do that this time. He was holding out 19 laps on those medium compound tyres. But if Tyler's running is anything to go by, he's managed to do 23 laps on it, but he's 1.4 seconds back. And this Williams now, Big Balls, is going to have slipstream, he's going to have DRS, and he's going to have medium tyres going up against hards. So a bit more grip in the braking zone. There's the move, side by side, in the braking zone. And somehow, what's going on there? Big Balls, what's happened to Big Balls? This Big Balls just had some sort of problem. He dropped way off there. What happened there? Are his tyres going off and he's having a problem with his car? Oh, it's a safety car, isn't it? I was too busy watching him slowing down to question why he was going so slow. That makes sense. Safety car is why. Why have we got a safety car here, you ask? Well, I don't know. There's Bloodpool in the pits. Nick just coming out of the pits. Nobody else in. Can't see who's crashed, can't see why we're going so slowly. We haven't lost anyone new from this race. What is occurring? Someone's obviously put some debris somewhere on the track. Was that Nick or Bloodpool? You would think one of those two, bearing in mind they both went into the pits. Now, we're under safety car right now. We're on lap 25 of 36. Skills Dan and Tyler both still need to stop. Is this the time to do it? Are they banking on another safety car or a virtual safety car? Or are they just going to do it under racing conditions? No, they're not. Skills Dan says, no, I've pushed this far enough and in I come. What about Tyler? What's he doing? Well, Tyler says something different. Tyler says, so am I. No, absolutely is coming in. So, Big Balls will take the lead of this race. Everyone now will have stopped at least once, I think. Yes, Tyler in, Skills Dan in. Everybody has had at least one stop and will run now to the end of this race. Gap to the leader, Pulsatron, is 5.1 seconds behind Big Balls. Super Calgon, 6.6. Rapid F1, 7 seconds. Axe Edge, 7 seconds. Also, we'll look at their tyres as well. Look at this. Now, 21 laps Big Balls has already done on those tyres. These can't go to, they can't run to the end. Cannot run to the end of this race. So what does Big Balls do here? It's 4.6 seconds clear. We're under safety car, or virtual safety car. We were under virtual safety car. Should they not have just come in then and changed out those tyres under VSC? Personally, I think that would have been the better idea. But clearly Big Balls has got other plans. Maybe looking to go a little bit longer maybe and get the most out of some soft compound tyres. Who knows? But nobody at the moment running softs. Everybody on mediums or hards. I know he does. He does come in now. He's only 4 seconds clear. So he's going to lose out here to Pilotron. And I called him the world's worst Autobot. And the world's worst Autobot is now leading this race. So he might not be able to sit down, but he certainly can drive very fast. So Pilotron in the lead now from Rapid F1. And that's the highest ranked Aston Martin, who are currently leading this championship. So leading the charge for Aston Martin right now is Rapid F1. There is Super Calgon. He makes washing machines live longer, but he doesn't stay in third. Not for huge amounts of time anyway. Battling with Axe Edge. Can Axe Edge make the move and make it stick in the Red Bull? Doesn't look like it's going to happen right now. Well, it certainly doesn't look like he's going to make it stick now. Or does he? He does make it stick. He's up ahead of Calgon. So Calgon back into fourth. Tom Go Prof looking Tom Go fast. Can he now make a move on Super Calgon? Less time on those tyres. Those tyres looking much better for Tom Go Prof. Only 13 laps. And a lot of those were under safety car. That's the thing. Is that those running with 19-20 laps on their tyres have run a long way. And under racing conditions. And there is a new fastest lap of the race. That's a 1:19.6. And we're going to start to see it ramping up now as we move in to the final few laps of this race. And there's the move from Tom Go Prof. Can he make it under braking? He can't. He has to back out, drop in behind. Super Calgon stays ahead. Wasted is just 4 tenths back. Where, however, is Skills Dan and Big Balls, because they were leading this race for some time. So Big Balls has opted for the soft compound tyres. Skills Dan has gone for the medium compound tyres. And this is going to be an interesting race between them, because Skills Dan is still ahead of Big Balls. And he's got, Big Balls has got a little bit of DRS. So able to close right up. But can Big Balls make the move? That's the question. Skills Dan is 6 seconds behind Jinxie, who's in 8th place. So at the moment, what was a battle for first and second is now a very different prospect. There are a number of penalties all over the racetrack. It's almost like I'm going to have to sit down. I'm going to have to do some math in a minute and try and work out who is what and where is who and how the penalties affect this race. And it would have been nice if that could have been done for me by a little Rachel Riley sitting on a chair next to me doing all my maths. That's who's that Pilotron into the pits. He's piling into the pits to get some new tyres, and that will drop him down to rapid F1. Faster, as I say, the fastest man on the racetrack as Big Balls goes sub 119, the first sub 119 of the race so far, and he's up into 8th place. Makes that move, makes it stick, and nothing that Skills Dan can do apart from accept that Big Balls has out-skilled Dan and made it up into 8th position. So full rundown since the safety car. We're on lap 29. We have just a few laps remaining of this race. 15 laps on those hard tyres now for Rapid F1, but still looking pretty damn quick. Axe Edge running in second, 4.1 seconds back from the lead. But they both have, let's have a look at what penalties they've got to serve actually, because they've both got penalties to serve. 3 seconds of Rapid F1, that would keep him up in the lead. Let's do some math now, baby. Axe Edge, 6 seconds. So even with the 3 seconds for Super Calgon, which will drop Super Calgon down probably 5th or 6th place, I think. I think a lot of these penalties are cancelling each other out. 3-second penalties, certainly. Tyler with 11 seconds worth of penalties, though. He's in trouble, penalties-wise, because he's going to lose out to Pilotron. And he might lose out even further to Spinach. If Spinach can close up that gap. Super Calgon running in 3rd. Tongo Prof running in 4th. He has got no penalties on board. All he needs to do to win this race, he doesn't need to overtake any cars at all. He just needs to push Axe Edge closer to a Rapid F1. So if Axe Edge can push up to Rapid F1, closing the gap to just a second maybe, then Tongo Prof could be in a very good position to win this race, having no penalties on board. Wasted in 5th place. iCommons running in 6th. There is Jinxie in 7th. Big Balls gone ahead of Skills Dan. Has opened up a bit of a gap, but a lot of work to do for Big Balls to take that lack of penalty and get something beneficial out of it. Will jump over Jinxie, will jump past iCommons and Wasted if the race finishes as it is. But Big Balls making a move on Jinxie, has decided it is time to get that hammer down. 5 seconds is his next target. That is iCommons. But iCommons with a 6-second penalty. And look how quickly that gap's coming down. So Jinxie down to 8th. Skills Dan in 9th place. Accompanied by his team. Well, not accompanied. His team has 9 seconds back. But in terms of positions, he's accompanied. Nick's running in 10th. Tyler, initial promise, falling off the pace. Typical Haas, really. All the promise of a great season. And then it all goes terribly, terribly wrong. He's down in 11th place. Curly running there in 12th. Pilesatron, he's in 13th place ahead of Spillage, 1984. And I should have mopped that up by now, mate. It's going to stain. Bloodpool, could that be the Spillage? Bloodpool in the pits for the 15th time, I think. No, 3rd time. So he's 3-stop this race, as had Spillage. Yes, down in 15th. And Jay Wills, 45 seconds back to Bloodpool. So even with a pit stop, it's worth Bloodpool doing a pit stop. Wasn't going to catch Spillage, but didn't want to get catched. Didn't want to get catched. Didn't want to get caught by Wills. There's your leader, 4 seconds clear with a 3-second penalty. Lap 32 of 36, going to the end of this race. It is literally a balls out race now, down to whose tyres last the longest. Every single one of those top 5 runners have done 18 laps on the hard compound tyres. The man to watch is going to be this man here, Big Balls. He's on some very, very fresh soft tyres. He cut that gap down to iCommons just to 2.8 seconds. With Skills Dan now putting the hammer down on those mediums, getting ahead of Jinxie. So we're seeing Jinxie starting to plummet through the order. In terms of gains and losses for the race. Rapid F1, 3-place gain. But iCommons, a 10-place gain in this race, has got to be an outside bet for driver of the day, surely. Axe Edge also with a 6-point rise. And Nick also for Ferrari with a 7-point rise. They've all got to be there or thereabouts in terms of driver of the day. As iCommons loses out to Big Balls. I'll tell you what, if Big Balls could win this race, and if Big Balls wins this race, the driver of the day question's over, because it's done, it's dusted. It's all about Big Balls. That's all I'm going to say. That's not all. When I mean, I'm not, all I'm going to say is Big Balls. I'm not just going to walk around and say that, because that would be very, very weird. iCommons, he's ghosted out, but he's still racing. And, or is he still racing? I can't tell. He must be out of it, because that's his iCommons is there and he's ghosted. Yeah, bit odd, because he's got him in the wrong positions. But Big Balls is now ahead of that ghost. 1.6 seconds is a gap to make up to wasted last lap. So we've got fastest lap. Can't I do last lap? Obviously last lap. Fastest lap is with Big Balls, 1:17.5. And let's be fair, no one's even got close to that. No one's got sub 1:18. That is some phenomenal pace. Absolutely phenomenal pace. And you've got to commend that kind of commitment to the cause, putting in that kind of pace at this space, this point in the race. I never claimed that I wouldn't talk rubbish and mumble and bumble my way through this. But if you want to listen to me do this for 3 hours on Saturday, for a good cause, of course, for a very worthy charity, then come and join me right here on Black Flag TV for some more of this waffler. So we are on lap 34 of 36. It's been a very, very exciting race. Rapid F1 is in the lead, 4.4 seconds clear, and looking to be cruising home. Rapid F1 for Aston Martin. That's going to extend their lead at the top of the leaderboard. In terms of the Drivers' Championship, that's going to extend his lead at the top of the Drivers' Championship as well. So the man to beat at the moment is this man here, Rapid F1, and he's not even slowing it down. What about Big Balls? Is he closing up on Wasted? He is closing up on Wasted, and with Wasted with a 3-second penalty, he's going to gain that place. 9 seconds for Axted, he's going to gain that place. At the moment, Big Balls shooing for second. The question of whether he can close up on Rapid, though, it doesn't look like that's the case. He's a shooing for third place. He's still got close out. We've got Tom Go Prof. There's no penalty for Tom Go Prof. So apologies for that, Tom Go Prof. You are currently running second. Let's give you some love, man. Just to apologise for that. Can you close down on Axted and maybe close up on Rapid? It doesn't look like the pace is there at the minute. It would be good for you if you can close Dax's edge, because it just gives a little bit of buffer back to those cars further back. And Big Balls makes the move on Wasted. Big Balls is through. Now, lap 35 of 36. He has got 2 laps to chase down 2.4 seconds if he wants to steal second place here. He will get a podium whatever happens. It will be Rapid from Tom Go Prof from Big Balls because of penalties needed to serve. Now the question is whether he can get the second step or the third step of the podium. Of course, we're relying on Rapid not to Paul Walker his car between now and the end of the race. And I'm sure that he's been pretty consistent so far. I think with 5.4 seconds clear at this stage, he is quite happy to just let it continue as it is, and just look after his car a little bit. So Big Balls, he's on the soft compound tyres. He's got Tom Go Prof ahead on some very, very worn hards, as is Axe Edge and Rapid F1. Axe Edge, of course, is a reserve driver, running well in ninth through their table. He's a reserve driver in the red ball, of course. But 9 seconds of penalties to serve will drop him down somewhere, probably 4th or 5th because of the other penalties, knocking about in the table. Probably, I think 5th. I think Wasted can stay ahead of him because then he's got 3 seconds to serve. We've just lost Pilesatron from this race. And Poltron was looking pretty racy at times throughout this race. But we have lost him, and Jay Wills has got a lap essentially to catch up. So here we go. We are coming up to the end of this race. We are watching your leader, Rapid F1. He's just coming into Sector 3 now, just finishing up with Sector 2 into Sector 3. There are just 5 corners left. There's one. Here comes another one, 2, 3, 4, and then the final corner, turn 5, and he will cross the line and win here. 36 laps we've raced, and the current championship leader and constructors championship leader will take the win here at Mexico, and that is a great race there for Rapid. Tom Goprof will nick second, Big Balls in third, Wasted fourth, Axe Edge fifth, Skills Dan sixth. Jinxie will come home in seventh, but won't finish there. I think when Tyler comes across the line, he might just edge it. Let's have a look. No, Jinxie does edge it over Tyler, but then Super Calgon jumps up to 7th, Jinxie 8th, Icon 9th, Tyler down in 10th, just waiting for Curly and Spillage to finish. Here comes Curly in the AlphaTauri, rounds the final turn, finishes here at Mexico, and Spillage will be the last driver to arrive home. Not last on the racetrack, of course, but the last to arrive home. And we've got 6 DNFs. Pilesatron, Bloodpool, Jay Hartnell, and some others whose names I can't see now, and I can't remember because there's 20 names to remember, pretty difficult. But 13th place for Spillage, 1984. And Super Calgon gets driver of the day. I'll agree with that. He made up quite a lot of positions. Although you've got to give some credit to the race winner here. And there he is. It's another win here at round 6, and keeps him at the top of the leaderboard. It keeps Aston Martin at the top of the constructors table, and this is going to be the one to watch and the one to catch. Extends his lead. And we go next. Where we go next week? Where are we next week, people? That's what we want to know. Ask the question and you shall be answered. Next week we're off to Suzuka in Japan. What a phenomenal racetrack that is. I'm not a fan of driving it, but in F1, what a track that is. So there is your winner, Rapid F1. And we'll do the full rundown. So from Great Britain, Rapid F1 for Aston Martin wins this race. Tom Goprof, the Dutchman from Alpine, in second place. From England, Big Balls Williams Racing in third. Also from England, Wasted in the McLaren comes in fourth place. Fifth place is Axe Edge from the United States for Red Bull. Sixth place is Skills Dan from England in the Fezza. From the entire world, Super Calgon, your driver of the day in seventh for Williams Racing. Jinxie for Mercedes-Benz from England in 8th. 9th is Icons from England in the Red Bull. Great Britain, Tyler in the Haas in 10th. 11th is Nick from England in the Ferrari. Can I get to the end this time? 12th is Curly from England in the AlphaTauri. 13th, Spillage from Wales in the Haas. 14th is Jay Wills in AlphaTauri from Great Britain. Pilesatron, Bloodpool, Jay Hartnell, Polish My Balls, Zekic, and Landscape King are your DNFs for the day. I did it before the timer ran out. Round of applause, please, for Urban Pirates. Zichik. There you go. And you did it. So Zichik. Okay, I'll have to try and remember that. If I forget, remind me again, but at least because you told me, you get to keep that name. So there we go. Over, done and dusted. We move on next week to round number 6. And where are we, round number 6? Of course, I've already told you. We are at the phenomenal... Let's move the colour so you can see it properly. That's probably a better idea. There we go. There's a colour so you can see it properly. We're at Japan, Suzuka. And then we're off to Miami for a sprint. And then we stay in the United States for the Circuit of the Americas, I think it is. And then finally end up in Canada, which is phenomenal. I love Canada. I love that racetrack. So that is race number 6, done and dusted. There's only 4 races remaining. Japan, Miami, USA and Canada. And it is Rapid F1 and Aston Martin that are the teams to beat. So thank you very much for joining me. We have got some great stuff coming up on Black Flag Racing TV. Tomorrow we stay with F1. We are here. Where are we? We are somewhere with Eurotrips. I can't remember where we are. We're not here. We're somewhere else. I could look it up, but that would involve some level of effort. But there's more F1 action here on Black Flag Racing tomorrow from 7:45, and then Saturday it's the big endurance event at Le Mans. The GR1 cars are going to be a lot of a lot of Porsche 919s there, because it's the only way you can do the Porsche curves without letting off your accelerator. But 3 hours we will be streaming that for. So with all the yappy beforehand and afterwards, probably looking at about close to 4. I will be joined throughout the evening by some people popping in to say hello and whatnot. But please join us for that. It's for a really good cause. So even if you just tune in, leave your YouTube on and go off somewhere else and do other bits and pieces in between, please just leave it on in the background and help us support that great cause on Saturday. But thank you very much for joining me. As always, I've been Urban Pirate. This has been Black Flag Racing TV. We have been live tonight with the Smoking Pirellis, who sound more like a band than a race team. But we'll have more from the Smoking Pirellis after Taylor Swift. See you guys next week. Thank you very much. I won't see you next week. I'll see you tomorrow if you come for your trips. Laters. It's been emotional.